Hey, Nicole Hunstman here from moderncosmic.com. On this video, we are going to talk about Venus. This is our planet that shows us our personal magnetism. This is in our chart. Where do we hold our beauty? How do we attract other people to us? What do we value in the world around us? What do we value in other people and in ourselves? Venus and Aries. Venus and Aries can be a little bit self-centered. And not to judge or to give you guys a hard time here, but it's just it's about the self-expression through the romantic relationship. It's going to always kind of come back to the Venus and Aries person. Well, how do I feel about this? Well, you were doing that, but what about me? It kind of comes back to them. There's a little egocentrism when it comes to their expression of their Venus. Also, there's a lustiness here. So Venus is a sexual planet. This rules how we make love. Venus is in Aries is very quick to the point. There's spontaneous. It's like, let's get it on. Let's now. Yesterday, like whatever. They're quick on the draw and have a strong, fiery libido. Venus and Taurus, fascinating. For whatever reason, I have read for a lot of men with Venus and Taurus. They like beautiful things and people. They like material objects that are well made. They typically, Venus and Taurus types dress really nice, have a nice haircut. If it's a woman, great makeup, the whole shebang. They enjoy the pleasures of the senses too. So they're good with food and understanding like where the good restaurants are and knowing where to get a really good massage, and they enjoy the luxuries and the pleasures of life. Venus in Gemini. Gemini, there's multiplicity here. So Venus in Gemini appreciates a lot of. This is someone who can have a lot of short-term relationships, a lot of bouncing around, even like multiple relationships at one time. They can multitask, so to speak, with their love life. This isn't a particularly emotionally bonded focus for Venus. She's not really thinking about that. She's just, oh, fun. Oh, you're here. Oh, you're here. Oh, you're here. Where, all over the place, a little ADD with their love nature, and they like flirtatious conversation. They like the excitement of the bouncing back of ideas between two people, sexy talk, and they can be a little. They're just very playful, right, and youthful, very youthful. Also, Venus and Gemini, you're combining beauty, Venus and Gemini, which is sort of social lube. They have an ability to be pretty socially flexible, bendable. They can fit in with a lot of different people and typically are really active and need to have a pretty active social life to be happy. Venus and Cancer types are very nostalgic. There is a need for closeness in their relationships, have a hard time letting go of past relationships, and they can be really close to their family, whether it's their own children or their family of origin or the mother in particular, because that's Cancer. But quite compassionate and caring, and in love they need to feel safe and secure, and that's what they'll provide for their partner. Venus and Leo. Okay, these people, or I should say this Venus, it expresses itself through a desire for relationship as sort of an extension of one's own ego, okay? There can be a little bit of vanity to Venus and Leo, this desire to be considered attractive to others. And if you've got a chart where this is the only sort of Leo placement, you can have a person who might even keep this kind of hidden, but they can't help it. It's like they are attracted to bold, confident people, and they themselves like to be seen as bold and confident and charismatic and important. So they naturally will want to bring people like that into their life, but it will only be because it's sort of an extension of themselves. Like, I'm with this important person because I'm important. It's type of a thing that can happen with Venus Leo. Venus and Virgo, man, I have this. So sorry, you guys. You got this analytical Virgo. Analyzes things, right, on this planet of love. So we do have this tendency to be overly critical with our relationships, and there's an idealism there and a desire for the relationship to be sort of this thing that we have in our head, this perfected construct that doesn't exist in reality. So we struggle sometimes with reality versus what we have in our mind, how we think things should be, so we can be a little hard on relationships. But also there's a devotion there. Venus and Virgo is quite devoted to the people that they love, and tend to not like to make waves and tend to try and make things be harmonious. They may just leave, though, without letting you know. If they're unhappy or they feel like things aren't workable or fixable, they might just be done. So there's that. Sorry, guys. Venus and Libra, you've got someone who's a natural sort of matchmaker. They desire harmony in their relationships. They're artistic. They have a desire to create beauty in the world around them. You can see someone who's like a makeup artist or an artist of any kind, or even a writer, or someone who's a poet, you know, enjoying and attracted to, or someone who enjoys and is attracted to the arts, music, creation of all kinds. Venus and Scorpio, these people have an attraction to relationships that have a little bit of depth and intensity to them. Venus and Scorpio wants to possess, you know, Scorpio wants to possess. So in Venus, there's this strong desire to draw someone to you. This magnetism, it almost feels like this femme fatale thing, you know, in a female anyway. It's pulling someone in, having that control over someone through the powers of attraction, and they have a hard time letting go once they've got someone that they are into, attracted to. They have a hard time letting go and moving on. That's very Scorpio and also Taurus. They both have this issue with their love lives. Venus and Sagittarius, this is a really optimistic, jovial placement. You know, Venus rules our pleasures, and Sagittarius is very much about living life to the fullest. So you've got someone who likes to travel and try new things and enjoys dating and romance and all of it just for the fun of it. You know, there's a naturalness and a genuineness to this Venus placement. Someone who will also be attracted to people who are real, authentic, bubbly, optimistic, natural, go with the flow. You know, this is all Venus Sag. I like this idea of just living the good life. That's Venus, and sometimes they want it without all the work that goes with it. They want to be a little lazy with this placement of Venus and Sagittarius. You want you want the good life, but hopefully you have other aspects in your chart that give you the determination, the drive, the ambition to work for it, not just expect it to be given to you. Capricorn Venus, this is kind of a cool one. Not a particularly like romantic flowers and chocolate type of a person, okay? This is an attraction to the practical. So many times, you know, Venus shows our artistic abilities, artistic leanings. If you've got someone who's got Capricorn here, it'd be someone who's an amazing woodworker. You know, maybe makes cabinets that are beautiful but that are practical. It's the form follows function kind of mentality, and this applies to relationships as well. They'll be attracted to a relationship where it's with a grounded individual, and their way of taking care of their partner would be doing things for them. You know, your car needs the oil change and they change the oil in it, you know, that kind of thing. That's Capricorn. Or you need help organizing your life and planning things, and they'll help you with that. They'll help you structure things. They'd be giving advice probably quite a bit too. And telling you when you're doing things wrong. They would let you know. There's a criticism and a kind of a cynicism to Capricorn because it's ruled by Saturn. So it can be a little bit of a skeptic or a cynic at times relative to romance, but ultimately they really want it. They want the stability of romance, a romantic, healthy relationship. Venus and Aquarius, these are people who need social contact. They are attracted to the unconventional, eccentric. They probably run with the crowd that's a little weird, and they can be even a little immature. Sometimes they express themselves artistically, or the way that they dress. They might dress kind of weird, or, you know, it might seem like, why are you wearing shorts to the prom? You know, it's something like that. I mean, it's a kind of an odd thing that popped up in my head. There is an element of openness too with relating. They need to be able to have friendships and relationships with both genders, even if they're in a committed relationship with a person. They need to be able to always have lots of social interactions available to them. But they're going to be attracted to kinky, weird, eccentric things and behavior, and also humanitarian issues. So many times someone with the Venus and Aquarius, they get really upset when it comes to injustices that are happening to people around the world. So they might take part in humanitarian efforts as well. There's this need, this desire to help let all humanity have the freedom, help get everybody to a place where everyone's able to express their personal freedom, their personal self-will. You know, that's quite Aquarian. Venus and Pisces, this very compassionate placement. Of course, we've got Pisces here. But remember, Venus is it's our pleasures, it's what we enjoy. There can be an escapist, sensualist quality to this placement for Venus. There can be a tendency to overindulge in drugs or alcohol or any type of escapist behavior. It could be pornography, it could be sex, it could be whatever, you know. There's just this tendency, it could be spirituality, it could be church, you know, it could be someone who just is a little, removes themselves from the reality of the situation through some vehicle, whatever that is for the Pisces. It can be an issue. But there's a very compassionate nature, and there's a desire to help other people, to heal other people, to end other people's suffering. They're very attracted to these themes. And in their relationships, they actually many times can be comfortable in a relationship with a lower degree of physical contact if it's got a really high degree of emotional merging and contact. Their libido is not as strong with this Venus placement. All right, that's Venus briefly through the signs. So if you've got questions, let me know where your Venus is. Mine is in Virgo in the first house, in case you were wondering. Yeah, post it down below and let's talk about where your Venus is and how it's affected you. Tell me just like some keywords for you, how it is expressed in your life, and also maybe other people that you've seen. If you want to do all 12 of the zodiac signs, do them. I would love to. Anything you add, I always just add it to my little data bank in my brain, and it helps me learn more. So let's teach each other. Okay, hope you have a great day and thanks for watching. All right, bye.